and we'll talk.
It's more fun when I just let it go and you guys keep chatting. So we're live now. Go for it. Hey, this is Ken with Manitowoc Buzz and Murfreesboro Live and the Main Street Show and all the other stuff that I do in my spare time. But more importantly, here's John and Fred. And these guys are the guys you want to pay attention to today. So John, take it away, man.
Good morning, Ken. Good morning. This is John with Murfreesboro Live. We're in Murfreesboro proper with Mr. Fred Goodwin, owner, founder, and all about the
Movie and music memorabilia.
yes, and Concept Productions is his company. Coming this fall is Sons of the Pioneers concert. Will be here Thursday, October 26th, 2017 at 7 p.m. Not far from here, actually.
No, it's very close.
And Patterson Park, 521 Mercury Boulevard. Why don't we start with that first, Fred, and tell about the Sons of the Pioneers and the longest group and a little bit of their history.
Oh, I get excited when I talk about Sons of Pioneers, when you think about them. If you've never seen them in concert, you completely miss something. They're completely mesmerized by their music. It's the longest continuous act in American history since 1933-34. It was founded by a guy named Roy Rogers, Bob Nolan, and Tim Spencer. They later had Hugh Farr, Carl Farr, called themselves Sons of the Pioneers. They were under contract with Columbia Motion Pictures with Charles Starrett movies. He was a big cowboy star. Chicago, Imperial Radio, WLS, Chicago. And they went back out to California in 1941, 42. They appeared in all those Roy Rogers movies. The greatest sound of all time. They're the innovators of cowboy western music. Cool Water, Tumble and Tumbleweed. They were the very first people to record Ghost Riders in the Sky. They were also their first people to record How Great Thou Art. They're just a remarkable group. And when somebody dies or they retire from the group, they bring somebody in that sounds identical to them. So they use the same arrangements as before. The sound is still intact, like it was many, many years ago. It's a rare concert. This is their fall tour. They contacted me back in the spring. Said, hey, Fred, we're coming your way. Can you book us? I said, I sure can. So I'm doing this myself. And October 26, 2017, on Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. I highly recommend go see the Sons of the Pioneers. You'll be in for a treat. You can get tickets. The tickets are $25 each. You contact them through 504-7507. You can order your tickets by that number, or 615-890-3047. The Sons of the Pioneers coming to Murfreesboro, October the 26th on Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m.
And on the banner, they've been in some 97 motion pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And 12,000 songs recorded.
It's a lot.
I noticed there's a lot of paperwork on the desk there. Is that all correspondence for the show, or are you like us and quasi-organized?
I'm semi-organized. I know where everything is. It may not look it, but I know where everything is.
Right.
But the Pioneers are, I wish I should have brought some music with me, but background. But it's smooth, three-part harmony. Nobody can sound like them. They created the sound. They're members of the Country Music Hall of Fame, members of the Western Music Hall of Fame, the Cowboy Museum in Oklahoma City, and they're enshrined as part of the Smithsonian Institute as the greatest act of all time. They're pretty well decorated, which they received all kinds of and BMI awards. Fantastic. Nobody can say what they've done. They appear on practically everybody you can imagine. Recently recorded 12,000 songs. They averaged 5 songs for every Charles Starrett movie. There were like 30 different movies. They did all the songs for that, all the songs for almost 90 movies of Roy Rogers. They did the classic The Searchers. John Ford directed the movie along with Rio Grande. And you see Rio Grande on television all the time. So the Pioneers never left the airways. And they recorded several different radio shows, transcriptions they recorded back in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. That's where all the transcription and recordings came from.
They're also in the Smithsonian Institute.
Yeah, so I just said that, and it's they're very proud of that. They've received so many accomplishments; it's unbelievable. We're honored to have them in Murfreesboro. I hope Murfreesboro people will show up for us. This is an honor to have such a celebrated group as the Sons of the Pioneers to come to Murfreesboro to perform at the theater at Patterson Park.
And again, for those tickets, October 26th, 2017 at 7 p.m. It's 615-504-7507.
Correct.
And if that number is busy, then 615-890-3047.
That is correct.
Now, what about all these people that have these smart devices and stuff? Can they just click a link or something like that, or is there a Facebook page? Or?
I can't tell you that because I don't know. I would look at the Sons of the Pioneers, and they'll give you some information there with the concept going.
Okay. Well, if there are any links that pop up or something like that, we'll put them in the show notes, and people can go to from there.
And also, to get more information, you can go to conceptproductionsonline.com.
All right.
Also traveled quite a bit to the Smoky Mountains and to Denver, promoting the Sons of the Pioneers and cowboy music. And we're talking for show prep about the difference of Western music or country music compared to cowboy music.
Oh, I love to tell the difference on that. Cowboy music is for the family. You take your family to see any type of Western event, Western show, the Sons of the Pioneers, and you'll never hear any four-letter words. You'll never hear anything risque. No messing. You just don't hear any bad stuff. Cowboy Western music. It's all about the outdoors, the prairies, God's creation of the West. It's completely different than country music. And like somebody asked from the Pioneers years ago, what's the difference between country and Western? Country music is inside music. Western music is outside music, and that's pretty accurate right there.
Okay.
And Fred, tell a little bit about your history. You were in the Navy.
Oh, yeah.
And after you tell a little bit about that, but after you're done with the Navy, you've met almost everybody. You can see the memorabilia, some of it behind us, and in this bookcase over my left. But if we could there's huge playbills of John Wayne, Charles Starlett, and so many others. Heart of the Rockies is over there in a framed, the original framed in its feet by 3 feet picture. The memorabilia here is very impressive.
I've been doing this a long time. Yes, I do go out to the Smoky Mountain Gift Show. It's in Gatlinburg every year, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Every year. That's in January. The Weesa Show, Big Denver, is the largest Western apparel mart in the world. And we sell artifacts there. As decor, a lot of Western shops throughout the United States, actually throughout the world. Yeah, over in Australia, Japan, even China. So we're represented everywhere, really. People like cowboy music. What can I say? They don't like hearing cheating songs and people running around such and all that. They like cowboy music.
Is it true if you play a country song backward, you get your truck back, your wife back, and your house back?
I never heard that one connotation. That I do not know. But people like cowboy Western music. And I got into it as a little kid, going to the movies, watching Roy Rogers, the Sons of Pioneers. They were in all these movies back in the 40s and 50s. And I became acquainted with them then. I always loved them. And I came back out of the service. My brother picked me up. Actually, I was being transferred from Okinawa to Long Beach, California. My brother Sam picked me up at the airport. Denny's restaurant that afternoon, so Sunday afternoon. No, it was on Saturday. I read the paper. It said, Sons of Pioneers appearing at Knott's Berry Farm. I said, oh my gosh, how lucky can I be? Just get out of the Navy and see my favorite group, Sons of Pioneers, at Knott's Berry Farm. So we went out there. First time. Does anybody out there want any songs you want to hear? Me being a Pioneer fan, I started saying Outlaws, Ghost Riders. A lot of songs they don't record. They don't sing that much in concert. And I think Lord Parents said, boy, we haven't done that song in a long time. And they were perfecto. I wound up 2 years later bringing them to Murfreesboro. We booked them at the Moose Lodge in Murfreesboro in February 1973. We had a sellout. A lot of church-going people. I know Brother George D. Hoff, the minister of the East Main Street Church of Christ, he brought, I'd say, 50, 75 people from the East Main Street Church of Christ to the show at night. Great. And Pioneers never forgot that. They know they asked about Murfreesboro all the time. But they made their headquarters for years out in Beverly Hills, out in Hollywood, California, and then out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Most recently, they made their headquarters out of Branson, Missouri, so central to get relocated. They put on one heck of a show. That's how I got started in business. I brought them, put them on the Grand. I've had them on Grand Opera several different times. They get standing ovation every time they do Tumbleweed. Every time, they always get standing ovations for it. Just remarkable, beautiful song. Drifting along with the tumbleweed.
Mm-hmm.
Ask you some more questions.
Well, tell us about your grandchildren a little bit. Everybody likes somebody else's
So
grandchildren.
my daughter
And
Catherine.
your smile gets up, your eyes squint.
Oh yeah, my daughter Catherine is in Farragut, right outside Knoxville. Her husband is a dentist over there, and they just had a good time. Last name Phillips, and in Farragut, since they have two little boys, one's 5, one's 4. Excuse me, 3 little boys, one's 5, one's 4, and the baby's 3 months old. Good looking little kids. Good looking.
Good looking, if you have to say so for yourself.
Oh, they're beautiful little kids. Blonde. The little one's he's a handsome son. He's a little child, and he's got red hair. And I tease him. I said, what kind of color you have? Yeah. Papa, I said, you have strawberry blonde? It is strawberry blonde. He said, no, Papa, I have red hair.
Tell us, you've got a lot of Murfreesboro connections, family-wise.
Well, my father was a long-time sheriff here in Rutherford County, 1970 to 76. Back then, you could only run 3 consecutive 2-year terms, and you couldn't run anymore. Which was, if it was my case, he'd still be sheriff today. He was a very popular sheriff, and he treated people with dignity, treated everybody nice, and he got along. Dad got along with everybody. Then before that, he was city policeman. He was assistant police chief for many years in Murfreesboro. He was first director of security at the university. He was well liked, and you had to get along with people. And my mother grew up here. She's a graduate of Kittrell High School. She's proud of that. Graduated like 1941, 42. Let's say 42. Played basketball. She was a Jones, and her mother was a McFarland, so I came all the McFarland and Joneses. And they've been around here in Rutherford County since the early 1800s. We go way back. They're very well respected, McFarlands and Joneses.
And
I went to school here too. Started. They call it the campus school now. Back then we called it training school. I started school there. This one stayed there for 2 years. If Mitchell and Nelson went to Hopgood for 1 year, then they got zoned again to the same place, got zoned again. And class 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, I went to Chris Rowe. Then I went to Central High School. And so by the time I got to high school, I knew everybody.
So I see Roy Rogers is right over John's shoulder there. I know where he fits in. What about somebody like Hank Williams? Is he country or western or somewhere?
I remember when Hank died, he was country. You talking about cheating songs, boy. He was a master writing cheating songs. Everything happened to him. And the Pioneers he was well respected. Hank Williams was well respected singer by everybody, by the Pioneers and everybody on the West Coast. And he was well liked. It was just different. Their music was country and Pioneers was cowboy.
What about Rex Allen?
Rex Allen, his son, Rex Allen Jr., is a very close friend of mine. And I'm sure Rex will be at the concert. Rex Allen has probably the best voices of all time, probably the best singers of all time. Rex Sr. and Rex Jr. They're great singers, beautiful voices. He was the voice of a lot of Walt Disney shorts. They had wildlife features by the 1950s.
That was back when you could actually understand the words and hear people trying to sound nice.
Yeah.
And Ken Carson, Old Time Religion. I like that song.
Give me that old time religion. Give me that old time religion. Good old time religion, good enough for me. There's one song Sons of Fire sang. It's called I Saw the Light, and have you heard? And I know it's not right, and have you heard? I'm gonna ride a cowboy camp meeting, ride a cowboy camp meeting, ride up a cowboy camp meeting, way up in the sky. Way up in the sky, way up in the sky, hallelujah, brother, sister, yes, sir, yes, sir. Well, Buffalo Bill, sister, we're gonna be there, brother, like me and you, you know, Kid Carson. He will too, way up in the sky. Cowboy camp meeting. That was actually that song came out in 1945. They had a number. It was a top 5. It was a top. It was the best selling record that year. It was the last chart record they ever had. The Cowboy Camp Meeting. And
then a little bit of people that were affiliated with James Bond. Some of the Bond girls.
Shirley Eaton, I dated a lot of women. She was the master. And Shirley Eaton was the golden girl from Goldfinger, James Bond movie. Shirley and I went together for 6.5 years. We had a wonderful, wonderful relationship. And I should have never broken up with her. But just a wonderful, beautiful lady. And she lives in London, England. But we were going together. She'd come here twice a year, and I go there once a year. We go to film festivals in the United States. And she was very well thought of, very well attended. We go mainly the one in Burbank, California. I mean, almost movie star friends out there getting closely associated with Tony Curtis. I really like him. And we lost a good guy today. Frank Campbell was a friend of mine. The trouble is, all the good guys are dying off. That's the problem. Well, we have to die sometime, but all the good people are dying off.
Now, 1955, the Sons of Pioneers were on tour in Canada. So now, like you said earlier, they're world renowned as well.
Throughout the world, yes, they are.
So some people may or may not, if they haven't heard of them, and with the influx of people in Rutherford County now from all over the country, some people want to take, they don't know if they want to take the chance on seeing them. But we've shown here that it'd be a wonderful time to bring back some of that good music.
Yeah, we're anticipating a sellout, thank goodness, and we've sold 50 tickets already. That's pretty good in 3 days, and it starts in 2 months. And I think so 50 tickets. But if you want to see good, wholesome music where you can bring your family, your children, and not hear any bad language and get a good show, go see Sons of Pioneers. If you're captivated by their musical notes and lyrics. They do. Oh, it's fantastic.
And Concept Productions also services memorabilia, artifacts.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate in that. I moved down to Orlando. I'm an ex corporate guy with the RJ Reynolds Tobacco Company. I used to help the Winston NASCAR series and promotions and the Winston Rodeo series. It was time for me to move on. You know, I just got disgruntled with the corporate lifestyle. Oh gosh, I was traveling all. I was leaving out on Friday, on Monday morning, come back on Sunday. That was tough. That little girl, baby girl, that was tough. That was tough. Anyway, I moved down to Orlando, 1989. Moved down to Orlando. I got myself two different agents in there. I had a modeling agent and I had a film agent. But I went to acting school with Jimmy Best, who was at Dukes of Hazzard, the sheriff of Dukes of Hazzard. I was in his class. And I learned how to do camera technique and how to act on stage and camera and all that kind of stuff. And I did a couple of movies, did 3 movies, did a couple of TV shows, and nothing too exciting. But I had fun. I had to meet Gina Davis, hang out with her. And I've been blessed. I had a wonderful time.
When we lived out west in Grand Junction, in the off season, Uncle Jesse had a farm out there.
Zimmer Powell,
Yeah.
I've met him. He's a super nice guy.
And we would fly with him from Denver to Grand Junction over the mountains. And I'd watch Dukes of Hazzard. But since I had seen him on the plane before I saw him on television, I'd sit with him on the plane and just talk.
Nice guy. I mean, really nice.
And his
guy.
wife would pick him up in an old truck at the airport there in Grand Junction, and they would ride off. And there would be some people trying to get his autograph, and he was very cordial, very nice. It was funny when we would fly over the mountains, either to Grand Junction or to Denver, and we were able to sit with him, and he would just talk, just as if at the barbershop.
He was a good character actor before he became a star. He played the bad guy in a lot of the old TV westerns. He's a good person, and he did several John Wayne movies.
And he dressed normal when he was on the plane.
He had his beard.
Yeah, beard. Sometimes he'd come in overalls, just like on TV.
That's why he came to Murfreesboro one time, and he did an interview with Kim Beck, a great author here in town. He writes all these books, but Andy River show. Anyway, they were in town, so we went to this old antique pot place out in Smithfield. So we go out there, and they're in this restaurant eating. And lo and behold, they're eating. Who walks in? Tom Mopat walks in. That would never happen in 100 years. Tom Mopat was in town doing business too. So they go out if you have all places Smithfield, Tennessee.
There's a lot of neat memorabilia. If someone wants to purchase something, memorabilia, what types of memorabilia or artifacts do you have?
I have almost anything you want.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be facetious or anything, but I mean, I do. Somebody asked me the other day, I can't reveal his name, but he wants some Elvis Presley stuff. I said, the only Elvis I got is I do have the original Lovely Tender. I have a few other posters too. And that's $1,000 poster right there. He wants it. I've got a couple of Elvis Presley. He also likes not Debbie Reynolds, Doris Day. We have a lot of simple Doris Day. I knew a lot of these people. I was really like I said, the reason I knew I got to go to the film festivals. People liked what I had to say. They come over and hang out with us. And like I said, I became good friends with Tony Curtis and a whole bunch of stars. Like I knew Rick Nelson.
Did you know?
Yeah, oh, nice guy. Ricky. Jimmy Hawkins is a friend of mine. When you see me walking down the
All right.
street, my heart skips up. Just walk on by.
All right. I think we're back on. We're talking about the different people you've
I
met.
don't see him.
He's doing. He punched out, but we're on.
Okay. Are we still on live?
Yeah, we're still alive.
Oh, good. I didn't say any bad stuff, did I?
Nope.
Off the air.
No.
That'd be embarrassing. I used to be in radio years ago, and
That was my next question. Go on.
I had a great time in radio, and you have to really watch out. Radio's tricky. You have to really watch out what you say. But we got problems up there.
Yeah.
Let me see. Can I talk? Is it okay if I talk? Catch I'm live on radio. I'll call you back, okay?
Well, we have two options. His internet is down. Let me just turn this off.
Still there? Think we lost him.